Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
That's true.
Cheers.
Man, we ain't seen y'all since last year.
Oh shit, we haven't seen y'all since last year.
That joke had to be made.
Dad joke had to be made.
Yep. It had to be made.
Dad joke had to be made. I like that. I like that. Yeah, a dad joke had to be made. Actually, the first thing I did this year was
First
make
dad
a
joke
dad
of the
joke.
year.
I made a dad joke right after midnight.
I love that.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend, another bartender actually, and they said like, "Man, I haven't seen you since last year." Or no, I said it. I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you since last year," and she was like, "It's been last year, huh?" I mean, I just saw her a couple of days ago, but I
Yeah.
just love that she went along with it.
You got to.
Yeah, you got
You
to.
got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, what a year it was.
Are you
It's
gonna
crazy.
fucking do the thing?
Fuck.
As much as I used to hate that fucking intro, like now, like you gotta do it.
Shit.
You gotta do it.
Damn, I keep forgetting to do
Oh
that.
man.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
welcome back everyone to another episode of Welcome back everyone to another episode of the podcast where we pull back the curtain and give you some insight on what goes on behind your favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call that the industry perspective. Fucking hell.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, thank you for reminding me to do that.
Yo, that's 2 episodes in a row you've been slacking.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I don't know if I want a mic stand or not. I kind of feel like I'm delivering an address right now. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
No, it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a year 2022 was. In
Yeah.
the middle of it was the birth of this podcast and the amount of
Literally
growth.
in the middle because we started it in the middle of the year.
Yeah, like June, July.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And the growth in 6 months is insane. The way I look at it, it's like, okay, we're not like, we don't have like a billion fucking listeners or whatever.
Oh,
but
nah. Yeah.
but in the short time, the people that we've connected with, the guests that we've had, the shit that we've done, the level that we've gotten to in 6 months, that I feel like that's just, I don't want to say unheard of, but it's rare.
Right. And
It's
and,
rare.
and for those who are new to the pod and looking at our numbers and saying like, the fuck are y'all talking about? It's because of everything we're doing behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that, he's talking
The
about.
thing is
like,
we don't do a lot of internet like promotion stuff. Everything we do is word of mouth.
we don't announce our wins either.
Yeah,
That's
we
another thing.
don't. We don't.
Yeah,
So
we
while
don't
like on
announce our wins.
YouTube, like our views are like under 100 or whatever.
Right.
But thing is, like that's at least 100 people in person we've told about, and then that they're
Mhm.
gonna tell people about, and they're
Right.
gonna tell people about, and then,
Or just a word of mouth,
yeah,
We'll-
and then
we'll
the
take
shit
it.
on like all the other numbers I see when like on Spotify, all that shit,
Yeah.
it's way bigger than YouTube.
Right.
But that's because we don't promote the YouTube enough. We don't push it out there other than when we release and other
Right.
teasers and stuff. So
Right.
we've done very, very minimal effort, and we've gotten this much notoriety with that effort now.
and I
With
want
the whole year at
I
our
just want to
disposal,
clarify one thing though,
go for it.
because again, as I've said, for the people who are new, what my brother's saying is, it took a while for us to like kind of get going as far as the wheels turning the way that we wanted them to, between studio time, learning how to do this, get guests and
Mhm.
everything, which guests are coming back like really soon now that the holidays are over and
It's
everything.
dry
like that.
season, baby.
And we have a lot of stuff
Dry
planned
season.
and coming that we've been working on. So seeing the amount of support and love that we've gotten from a lot of the people who, we've only been out here 2 years, so it's just really cool.
Yep.
And we want to say thank you. This wasn't one of those like, oh man, look at what we're doing kind of things. It really was a thank you.
Yeah.
It was a thank you to everybody who supported us last year and helped us get to this point, and is going to help propel this to what we plan for it to be.
For sure.
And by plan for it to be, meaning it's gonna fucking be that, because y'all just wait till fucking February. That's all I can say. Y'all wait till February, but we'll announce that later.
Okay.
We'll announce that later.
So yeah, New Year's.
Yeah,
New Year's Eve.
How was your holiday season overall? Like your Christmas, your New Year's, and everything. 'Cause it's been a few weeks, and we apologize,
Yeah.
but we had to work.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing. We were busy.
Yeah, we had to work. I mean,
Yeah, it
those
was,
of you in the industry know.
It was good. It was good. It was busy. It was good. I'm gonna miss
I'm
those.
gonna point my mic towards you while you're talking.
Yeah,
It's my mic.
it was good.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna miss those paychecks. Those holiday paychecks are always the best.
Yeah.
So we're heading into the dry season, but it was good. It was busy. New Year's Eve was fun. People were pretty chill for the most part. Yeah, everything. It was a good holiday season. Good holiday season. So it'll be nice to catch that dry season break a little bit, but not too much.
I don't know how the dry January is going to affect where I work because we don't serve food, so you're only coming there to drink.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of mocktails or anything like that. So if you're coming to my bar, you're drinking.
Yep.
So we'll just see how busy we are. But my holiday season was fucking chaotic, as
Yeah.
you know. We were actually supposed to record before New Year's, and in true service industry fashion, I got called in as I was getting ready. Like we had set up the whole thing to do the episode.
We were supposed to drop on that weekend.
Yeah. We were gonna
Friday.
drop Friday night. We were gonna do like we had this whole plan of
Mm-hmm.
New Year's episode and do's and don'ts and everything for
Yeah.
New Year's and no bullshit. I walked out. I was like, hey bro, man, I just got called in. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
Fucking go make that money. Yeah.
But
It happens.
That's the service industry for you.
That is.
Stay ready. But stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
Like a wise man once said. Yeah. Until we get paid from this, rent must be paid. I will. So on my New Year's Eve party, this is why I want to have a DJ or somebody as a guest too, because something's like, again, I want this. I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not talking shit about any particular person or anything or any group. This is just. Let me just say that. I'm trying to word this correctly. You're not. No. I'm trying to word it correctly so like what I'm saying sounds like makes sense. So all right, I'll just say the situation. I was bartending, whatever, right? And there was a lot of people, right? And we had our DJs there for this group, whatever that was doing the event. And whenever the DJs that were playing were thirsty and wanted a drink, they would send somebody from their group or a friend or whatever to come get a drink. And the first time, because it wasn't that busy and there weren't a lot of people, I gave him that first round. I'm like, oh, he just walked away. Yeah, whatever, it's just 2 drinks, fine. But then later on in the evening, as it got busier and busier, the more of their people kept coming to ask for drinks, and I'm like, all right, cool. I bring them a drink, and I'm like, oh, it's 22, whatever. They're like, oh, well, it's put it on their tab. I'm like, okay, but they don't have a card. Oh, well, they just say you could put it. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm like, we don't have a card, and we don't have a tab for them, so I need to charge somebody for these drinks. They're like, well, they're playing right now. I mean, they've been giving their drinks before. I'm like, if you bring me the little ticket, I'll give you the drinks, but if not, I gotta charge you for these drinks. They're like, oh, all right. Oh, they were trying to like buy a bottle of champagne. That's what it was. And then they're like, oh, well, how much is it? And I'm like, well, tonight's $55. It's New Year's Eve prices. Supply and demand. And
wait, is that because yesterday's price is not today's price? Because I don't think a lot of people understand that when they go to a place and they're like,
yeah,
well, it cost this much yesterday.
Yeah.
I paid this much last week.
Yeah.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. I'm sorry. And I don't make the prices either. So
I don't
remember that.
Yeah. The person that you're speaking to does not make the prices, but also you're out on New Year's Eve. I get it. You're friends with the DJ or you're part of the group or whatever. It's New Year's Eve. Get that through your head. It was $55 for the bottle of champagne. I dare you to go somewhere else and find that price for a bottle of champagne. I challenge you, because you're not going to. The place that you were at, it's fair. And he was like, dude was like, nah, I know y'all charge $35 for it normally. I'm like, and I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, man, but it's New Year's Eve.
But today is not a normal day.
What's today?
This looks normal.
What's today? Do you not hear the fireworks outside? Do you not see the amount of people, the balloons that we're waiting to drop on you, bro? What about this? Do you not see the 2023 little glasses and shit?
Ah, man.
And he was just like, he was giving me shit about it. I'm like, and he kept talking shit. I'm like, look, do you want it or not? I snapped, and I wasn't even that mean about it. I was like, look, man, do you want it or not? I got to attend to other people. He's like, oh, I'll be back home. Took the fucking bottle away. And it was that simple though. It's like you're arguing with me. I got 4 other people I got to take care of. I'm like, do you fucking want it or not? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, you're wasting my time. You're arguing with me about a price. That's the price. Take it or leave it.
I feel that most people, when they argue about prices, they think that without winning this argument, the prices have been lowered. And I think that's because some people run into the right motherfucker who just fold.
Yeah.
But not everyone's gonna fold like a long
Yeah.
man. Like, you at least gotta bring the card. You gotta be prepared to lose that battle.
Mm-hmm.
You credit to try. You got
Yeah.
come up to me.
But my thing is what I'm trying to bring this back home is like the DJs out there, if you guys don't have a card on file, and if the owner, manager, whatever hasn't explicitly told you and relayed that information to the employees that you guys get X amount of drinks comped, send somebody with a card. Don't send people trying to get you drinks if they're not prepared to pay for them. Let them know, like, hey, you might have to pay. We don't have a card on file. I got you, Venmo, whatever the fuck it is. But stop sending your people over to give me attitude because I got to charge them because you don't have a tab.
And also,
prepared.
if you're the motherfucker who gets sent over, be prepared to pay.
Be prepared to pay.
And what I mean by that is, don't order a drink you can't pay for.
Yeah.
Just because someone says they got you doesn't mean they got you. People say they got you all the time.
For sure.
You know, like,
if they send you over to buy a bottle of champagne and it's X amount of dollars, come back with the margarita and be like, hey man, this was I got you a margarita. Give me your card, I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Again, it's not the bartender's fault.
Right.
Talk to your DJ friends.
Yeah.
And also,
Remember,
DJs, if you let us know, why do you guys do that? Or some of you that do that.
Nah, we're going to have a DJ.
We
also.
will. Because I got to know. We got some questions for a DJ.
Many DJs,
yeah.
And I don't mean that as a negative. It's not that there are too many DJs, although some people would say there are. No, we know too many DJs. And we know like some really good DJs that are good at what they do, but also just dope ass fucking people. And we just got to get one of them up there. You know, like we've said before, this time of year, now we're gonna start, really showing you what we have planned for all of this, and we're gonna have some DJs up here. We're gonna have a little bit of everything up here.
Oh, that's good.
Looking forward to that.
That's good.
Oh, you hadn't tried it yet.
Yeah, I did.
Try something different with that.
I like
try
that.
something different with that. Yeah. Thank you.
Is that pineapple?
Nah, we ain't got no pineapple.
You didn't use the pineapple?
Nah, we ain't got no pineapple.
Okay.
You know we ain't got no fucking pineapple.
Okay.
All right, cool. As we were.
But yeah, that was my little tangent about that. It was just it was annoying, and I was just like, bro, do you want to fucking buy it or not? I got people to serve. It was that easy.
We're gonna have to skip ahead because I just feel inspired, and I don't feel like waiting for a segue to get to it. That is why I feel every good, I don't want to say good, but every person in the service industry, if you haven't developed a good RBF, I really don't know how you plan to survive in this industry that long. And for those few, I would think, who don't know what I mean by RBF, it's like rest in bitch face. Why does that matter in this industry? Well, if you knew the things that are said to us, that are asked of us on a minute-to-minute basis, not even a shift-to-shift, and we're not allowed to tell you exactly what we think about that question or that statement or that action or whatever. Like, we have to, you know what I mean? Trust me. If you knew what your server or your bartender was thinking when you say some of the things you say, yeah, you'd understand they're not in a bad mood. And it's not that they're not smiling because they're in a bad mood. You probably just did or said some stupid shit. Or it wasn't you. Maybe someone else did or said some stupid shit. And we can't hide, especially depending on where you're at. Like, I can't always take 5 or 10 minutes to go,
There's no server station for a bartender.
Yeah, there isn't. We barely get to leave the bar because, as every good bartender knows, the moment you leave the bar, that's when somebody wants some shit. The moment you walk away, that's when everyone are like, okay, now we go.
It's kind of fucked up. What got me back into fucking smoking vapes was getting back into the service industry, especially being behind the bar as a bar back too, and then now bartender. It's the only time I can get at least 5 minutes. Go outside and just, I need to step outside and take a smoke real quick. You tell somebody that, they're like, I understand. You say anything else like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom. What do you mean you gotta use the bathroom? Hold it. You need water? No, you'll be fine. Oh, you gotta take a smoke? Go for it.
I feel the same way about you smokers as I do about people with kids. That was your fucking decision. That was your fucking decision. And now you're at work. Don't make my job harder because you didn't plan your life out correctly. I'm sorry. But if you need to go take a smoke break, or if you got to go check on your kids, you shouldn't be working today. But see, that's how I'm feeling at the moment when things are going bad. For sure. And yes, I understand. Like it's all jokes, but like in the moment when you're busy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then your coworker just walks off. I gotta go check my phone, or I gotta go outside and smoke or something because I'm stressed out, or my kid is this and that. It's like you as the person with no kids, you as the person who doesn't smoke, you're stuck there holding down the fort, and it's like, so why is my job harder? Because you made a mistake.
But see, me, what I do is I personally won't leave. I'll kind of do like the whole like, oh, I dropped something into the ground,
Well, in this industry, it's like I dropped something. All right, I'm back in. Tag me in, coach.
Dude, off your shoe just.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I just want.
What was on that bar spoon?
I want everyone to be pulling. It's vitamin D. I want everyone to be pulling the cart in the same direction. Yeah. That's all, man. Like if you're a smoker, if you have kids, I know I say mistake. I'm just fucking around. But on some real shit, I hate it when I have that coworker who either has family or has a bad habit or just a habit. I don't mean to say bad habit.
No, it's a bad habit.
But it is what it is. I'm just saying, whenever I'm working with someone who constantly feels the need to leave the bar, it's not that I'm not empathetic, because I have those.
What if they have a small bladder? That's a medical condition now.
Get a catheter. Or get a different job. Become a manager. If you can't hold it, become a manager. Managers can go to the bathroom whenever they want.
Oh, shit.
Could you imagine somebody serving and they got like a fucking IV bag that they're pulling behind them?
Colostomy bag, just.
I didn't want to say that. I would bartend in a hospital gown if they let me. I would do it. Actually, I might do that for Halloween next year. If I'm working Halloween, I might just wear a hospital gown.
Are you gonna like go all out?
Yeah. Ass cheeks out.
Ass cheeks out.
I'm not even tying it. I'll just leave it open. If you make me turn too fast, it is what it is. Fucking looking like a brown Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, man. You know what? Well, I do have a story from my holiday season.
Okay. Bring it.
Because the place I work at, we did a pop-up, which is very widely known because we've been doing it for like the last 6 years now. So it's a very widely known thing that they do that. And of course, we go all out. Decorations, mugs, drinks, menus, everything. Go all out, which is cool for the guest experience. It's super cool, super dope. Having to learn a new menu, a little bit annoying, but whatever. Got through it. Man, people just completely lose all sensibility when they see when they see cocktails coming in like mugs of like Christmas variety, like a Christmas tree or a Santa Claus. When it doesn't
come in a normal glass.
When it does not, yeah, exactly. Does not come in a regular glass. Yeah, people are like, oh my God, that's so fucking cool. I gotta steal that now. And it's like, I mean, me personally, and this is just the truth, like, I personally don't care. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't come out of my pocket. But please don't steal that. That's kind of a shitty thing to do. I mean, the person that owns this place paid good money for it, whatever.
Nah, take that shit. Teach them a fucking lesson. Stop ordering these weird ass fucking glasses if you don't want people to steal them motherfuckers. I don't know where to find them,
But
I'm gonna take this bitch home.
and you know
I
what?
got glasses right now that I've stolen or were stolen in my behalf. I don't care. If you dumb enough to come up with some stupid ass fucking cocktail,
because these are pretty cool.
What?
These
are not stolen.
Oh, okay.
Nah. They were given to me.
Oh, okay.
I was planning on stealing them though. I'm not gonna lie. At the end of my shift, I was like, "Yo, we didn't even use these motherfuckers. We had like 40 of them, and nobody used them. It was some bar I worked at a few years back, and I was like, "Yo, what are we gonna do with these mugs?" And they were like, "I'm probably just gonna throw them out." And I just like put 2 to the side for myself. And then I saw my bar manager later on. He was actually pretty cool. He was like, "Yo, you want to take some of these mugs home?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll take a couple of them." I was wondering what you were going to do with them. So then I just took my 2 and put them back because they were already used. And the ones they let me take were still in the box. So I took the fresh ones.
Oh, fuck it.
I don't want them customer germs in my house.
Hell no.
I don't care, man. But I've had them since then. He's actually pretty cool.
But yeah, people were just kind of like that. They're like, I don't know where to get them, so I'm gonna steal them. So, but there was one table in particular.
I don't know where you get these glasses from, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Jesus Christ. All right. Anyways, so this one table in particular, they were super nice, and I told them after the whole interaction. And after I told them that I had a podcast about the server industry, I told them that I was going to talk about this story in particular. So I'm not talking shit. I'm just holding true to my word. So if they see this, you know it's you. We don't name drop here. Anyways, this one girl in particular at this table was just like wanting this one glass and was asking how much it was. And I'm like, well, we're not selling them. Well, where did you get it? Provided the website, this and that. And just constantly asking like, well, can I take it? And I'm like, no. Well, what if you just look? I'm like, no. Like, you already.
First of all, why would you ask? Just take that shit.
And even her friends were like, see, you already made yourself a target. I'm like, exactly.
Purse, but you ain't willing to steal a glass?
I'm like,
you got your priorities all fucked up.
I'm like, if you wanted to take it, you should have said nothing to me. I mean, personally, like I said earlier, I was like, personally, I don't really care. But since you told me now I had to keep an eye on you. Now I had to take the glass back when you're done with it because we're sure on such short supply because people keep stealing them. Now I had to make sure I get it. And if I don't get it back, I'm going to get reprimanded for that. And I don't want that. Unless you want me to have that, then you hate me.
Nah.
But
I would rather say either you steal it or I'm going to tell them that you stole one after I put one in your bag. So,
but see, I was saying that I would get in trouble when I really wouldn't because she wouldn't stop asking me to steal it. So I was just trying to come up with shit to say because I was like, look, if you're going to take it, you should have took it. You shouldn't have told me you were going to take it. She wouldn't stop about this mug. I'm like, look, you can find it in this website. She's like, I know what website. She's like, they're out of stock. And I'm like, well, I wonder why we keep fucking having to buy some because everybody keeps stealing them. But it was just, again, people just lose all their sensibility. They see these abstract mugs and they're like, I gotta have it. But my thing is like, if you're gonna take something, don't tell your server you're gonna fucking take it. I know some bars have really cool mugs and shit. Just fucking take them. Don't take them, but if you're gonna take them, don't tell your server.
You like me, steal that shit.
Just steal it.
I'll fucking steal it.
Cause then like,
I'm not gonna tell on you.
Cause then you put us in an awkward situation.
Thing to say whenever anyone asks me any kind of a dumbass fucking question about taking this home or this and that, I'm like, they don't pay me enough to care.
And that's what I
don't.
That's what I said.
If you're gonna take something out of here, I'm not gonna chase you.
Yeah.
They don't even want me to do that.
Yeah.
Fucking take it.
And that's what I told her. But I'm like, look, well,
don't get me wrong. I need to clarify. I'm not saying just go in there and just start snatching.
Right.
Don't get it twisted.
But if that intrusive thought, that impulsive idea comes into mind, then just fucking do it. Don't tell us you're gonna do it. Because then now I got to get this back because we're on short supply of those.
Right, and I feel weird after telling people I would just steal the shit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't steal within reason. Isn't that controlled chaos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just funny that she wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop saying, well, like, oh, can't you just look away? I'm like, well, no, because I'm trying to like last call you and
She hit you with the don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't look at me, puppet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Don't look at me. Yeah. But I mean, they were nice overall. It was cool. I'm like, yeah, you just fucking. I even told him, I'm like, look, if you're gonna take it, take it. Don't tell me you're gonna take it. But are you done with this so I can bring you another drink? My thing was is like you already notarized yourself, so it's like now I'm here. We're talking, and the thing was is they were really cool and nice, and we just kept chatting and chatting. So I was at the table longer than I needed to be because the conversation was cool. So it's like now you're just having me stay here watching you watch trying to take the mug, but I'm not gonna let you because we're here talking. Stop talking to me and let me go do my job for another
That must
20
have been the
minutes.
code word.
Maybe.
Maybe they were looking for something else.
I don't know. Anyways, they were really cool. They were nice. So
That's what's up. Yours is better than mine.
I think you hit mute on your thing.
Well, fuck that story.
I don't know how long you've had. You did the exact thing you said you would do.
I've been doing it because I'm like, you know what? Every time I turn the mic like this, I see that you come in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave him out. You know what? Fuck that story.
I'm actually
Should-
curious as to how long that happened.
I am too. Maybe we should edit that whole story out.
Man,
I think we should.
I don't know when you press mute on that. You've been holding that mic like that for a minute.
It would be whenever the last time was that I was talking.
Really?
We could edit this whole thing out.
Okay.
Oh, I've done it before.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we could save this part as a blooper.
Another end of the year compilation.
Middle of the year. Anyway, so
Middle of the year. That's
yeah, fuck that story.
wow. That sucks.
Yeah,
That really sucks. I was enjoying that.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
You know, I had to fuck it up as I always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I caught it. Though.
I'm not gonna tell the rest of the story.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, let's just.
That's
move past
okay.
it.
Wow. I was hoping to use your story as a segue, but you know what? We'll go.
You can't say that word while the person is drinking. That's against the rules.
We'll go with from your story that it's clearly lost.
Yeah, no, that's gone. Because I pressed the wrong button.
Based off of that,
Yeah.
when it's having to kick somebody out,
Ooh.
know when it's time your time to go.
Yeah, it's usually when the lights come on.
We've said this already.
Yeah.
We've already talked about this. When the lights are on, and I don't mean just like the dimmed lights are like coming on. I mean like the house lights are on.
Right.
Like the house lights are on to where like you could see everything. And the music is
Yeah.
stopped. That doesn't mean hang out. That means finish your drink and get the fuck out.
Right. And by get the fuck out does and I'm only interrupting because I've heard this so many times recently and people are saying it to me as if I'm supposed to be offended by their offense. Like, "Oh, I just got a drink," or "I spent money in here and now you're trying to force me out the door." It's like, "No. The lights were turned on 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
The music stopped 5 minutes ago. I'm cleaning. You watch me burn my ice. You watch me start to do restock and all this other stuff. You heard me tell someone else that I'm no longer serving, but you want another cocktail." It's like, nah, you got to know when it's time for you to go, man.
Yeah. And if you're ordering another drink when the lights are on, drunk or not, you should know like, oh shit, I gotta chug this. I gotta finish this or I'm gonna be kicked out. Like it blows my mind that people are either stupid or they haven't been to many bars or they just don't care and don't have that social awareness or don't understand cues and stuff. But my thing is if you've been going to bars for as long as you and I have, or as long since you've been 21 and 9 years later you're still going to bars, you should know. You'll know a last call when you see it. You know when the lights are on, it's time to go. I mean, you should have used the bathroom. Don't get mad at security because they're not letting you use the bathroom. The lights are on. Get the fuck out. You know what time the bar closes. You know.
It feels like
you looked it up on Google when you went to go there. You know what time it closed.
It feels like people. Well, that's the other thing, though. It feels like people have forgotten during the pandemic that places still need to close.
Yeah.
And there are still laws in place where you can't serve at this time, or then you got to deal with staffing issues and things like that. Of there's 40 people in here. We have to calmly ask 40 people to leave. who have been drinking. Let's say
Yeah.
50% of those people, you got 20 people who are inebriated. Apparently, I can't talk right now, but you have to ask them in a nice way to leave the building.
Yeah.
And they don't want to leave, especially if they just bought their last drink. That's what last call is. And we're going to have to keep harping on it. I'm sorry, but
No, yeah. It's yeah, it sucks that we have to keep talking about it, but people just don't understand. Last call is like, you know, it's it's not okay. You got another 5 minutes to hang out after the last call is done before the lights come on. When the lights come on, that means your drink should be done. You should be heading out the building. They don't do last call and then lights come on immediately. No,
yeah.
last call. You start seeing your bartenders closing out checks, not paying attention, whatever. You see the lights slowly start to come on. There's always a few lights that come on a little bit to let you know, hey, that's last call, or flashing of the lights, whatever it is. That's your indication for last call.
Right.
When they're on, that's get the fuck out time. It's closing time. That's it.
And the reason why it's closing time is I have a friend. Shout out to them. Shout out to Danny. I love Danny. But they came in a couple days ago, and they were already lit by the time they got in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they came in with a friend of theirs, and then they were talking to some other people who were at the bar. Well, we hadn't done last call yet, but we were about to by the time they got there. And so I took their order and I took the people's next to them order, whatever, flash forward. But we get to a point where now Danny is talking to the person next to them and they're interested in them. So they're like, well, I want to buy them a drink to show my interest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which I'm all for. I got the homies back. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me help you. But at that particular time, I also had some other people who were being super annoying and super pushy and asking for this and that, especially the people who were like can I get a people. Like, after you've already given them 1, 2, 3, 4 drinks or whatever. Oh, also, can I get can I add another? And then you got to go back and do that. And now everyone else is waiting.
Sorry, let me interject real quick.
Go off.
That happened to me on New Year's Eve. Holy fuck. It was 8 different drinks, I think. And they said the first 3. So I said, okay, boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, let me also get a margarita, a strawberry margarita. I'm like, okay. Boom, boom. I'm like, all right, that'll be this one. Oh, yeah, can I also do this and this? I'm like, are there any other drinks that you want me to get before I come back? No, that's it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, one more of this. I'm like, motherfucker. And again, I was just like, do you need any more drinks before I bring it up?
Yeah.
No, that'll be it. All right, it'll be this much. Oh, can I get 4 shots? I hope you have the worst New Year's of your fucking life. You know who that person is. They're never gonna see this.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
It's not just New Year's.
No, it's not just New Year's. It happens.
I have my personal theory.
Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
Let me know
I
what
didn't
you
interject.
think on this.
Yeah.
But my personal theory is, a lot of people are out of practice. You had 2 years or more or whatever of not going out. And maybe I'm wrong, but I know when I used to go out, like I don't go out like that anymore. I go to bars and lounges and shit because that's my age bracket. I don't go to clubs no more. Fuck that. But
doesn't mean we won't go to a club for an appearance though.
Yeah. My thing is that I feel most people have lost the art of telling their friends, hey, I'm going to go get another drink. Do you want anything? Like, nowadays, people are hanging out with like groups of people, but they're only telling the person next to them that they're going to grab a drink, which maybe is because they only like that motherfucker. But then they go order, and then the other 2, 3, 4, 5 people in their group show up. Oh, well, let me get a drink too. Look, man, if you're hanging out with people that you don't want to buy a drink for, I'm not judging you on that. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to hang out with people you don't like to hang out with people you do like. Like, it just is what it is.
And I'm definitely not going to buy them a drink. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if we're the same group. I don't know you.
But you can bring everybody up, and everyone can get their drinks. and then we can all move the fuck on. Because this whole you trying to sneak away to get a drink, or you just being distracted by I want to drink now, my friend that I'm talking to or whatever wants to drink, that shit ain't working. Because when your other 4 or 5 people come up and they want to get a drink now, they're doing it because they feel like they just skipped the line.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's the most annoying thing.
People next to them who were waiting for these people to finish now get moved further back because you keep adding on. Now, guess what I have to do? Now I have to keep them calm with eye contact or verbal or whatever. And then when I get to them, I got to repair a situation that you fucked up. You want the same amount of attention that they want. So help me help you, but also help me help the person next to you. Have some courtesy. You know, order all your shit at once and move the fuck on.
That happened during that same interaction. I had charged, or I was about to charge them, whatever. I did charge them, and then more of their friends came up, and I'm like, I got to take care of some people. I'll be back. I told them, like, look, I got other people that attend to. You guys need to figure out what you want. Walk the fuck off. What are they going to do? Not order?
Yeah.
I got all the power, bitch. That's right. You want my time. That's what you don't. That's what you guys don't understand. We create that illusion that like we're at your mercy, your whim. Nah, you're on our time. We're behind the bar. We've got the.
We refuse the right to service.
Yeah, we've got all the control. We just let you think.
Well, not all of it. Let's not start shitting on people, because then ain't nobody gonna come in and tip your ass. All right, like.
No, they will.
All right, man. You put a little bit too much dip on chip over there.
No, they will.
My chip needs a little bit less dip. Like,
no.
Hey, I don't have all the power. We can negotiate power. I compromise. Nah, but on some real shit is
when I say that,
when you go into a place that it is still our job, and I think a lot of people forget that just because a place is a place that you go to have fun in, it is still a business. We still have to turn a profit. I literally said this to someone the other day because they were talking about the price of something. They were like, well, a bottle is this and the shot is this and this and that. And I was like, cool, but we still have to keep the lights on. And she's like, what do you mean you have to keep the lights on? I was like, you're enjoying how well lit this place is. You're enjoying that I'm serving you cocktails, right? Well, that costs money. That's why the guest experience is so important.
Somebody questioned why a $30 bottle of this costs X amount per shot.
Yeah. I haven't had to answer that question in a long time. But
somebody really questioned you on that?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it came up.
Yeah, no shit. You can buy fucking Tito's for $29.99 at the fucking store, and but who's gonna mix it with this, and
Tito's is
who's gonna play the music for this? You know what I mean? Who's gonna fucking do this and that? Who's gonna put this decorations up in your house? Right. Are you?
We've said that before. You're not paying for the alcohol.
No, you're not.
You're paying for the venue
and the experience,
because you can buy the alcohol somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's why you're able to buy alcohol outside of a bar or a restaurant, is so that you can buy it and do whatever you want with it. But once you go into a business and you want to order that alcohol there, you're entering a social contract, and you have to adhere to the rules of that venue. This is not your barbecue or at a park or some other shit. Like, this is an actual business, and it's not just about you, bro. You're only going to be here for 5 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. And then you may never come back, but we have to keep this venue running for all the people who are going to come in after you.
I just thought of something when you said barbecue, and stop me if we talked about this before. If you have a family member that bartends and you ask them to make cocktails at a family event, specifically me, I'm going to charge you. I'm going to charge you.
I knew you were going to say something about that.
I'm going to fucking charge you.
I saw the look on your face yesterday.
If you're good at something, never do it for free. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm not there to make drinks. I'm there to play fucking bags and fucking kickball, softball, and enjoy some food. I'm not there to make fucking cocktails.
It doesn't matter
what do you want me to do with vodka, cranberry juice, orange juice? I can make the same thing you can fucking make. There's rum, there's Coke, there's Sprite. What do you want me to make that you can't make yourself? That happened back when I first started bartending. That happened to me a couple of times. I'm just like, especially with my friends, they're like, oh, make us something, Mr. Bartender. I'm like, what do you want me to make? You've got Sprite, you've got tequila, you got orange juice. What the fuck do you want me to make? and my friends that I'm talking about know who they are when I say this because y'all motherfuckers have done it. What the fuck do you want me to make with 3 fucking ingredients?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's something about there's something about the service industry.
It's not like if one of you, hold on. It's not
Yeah.
like you have an accountant in your family member
Yeah.
in your family
Yeah.
in your family
Yeah.
shit. It's not like if you invite the accountant in your family to your barbecue, be like, "Hey man, can you do my taxes real quick?"
No, that is what happens. That is what happens.
But like it's they don't do that.
That's the point I was about to make. People do that. Whenever you know someone who does some shit that you don't know how to do, you ask them to do it for you at a cheaper rate than what they normally get paid.
Yeah.
That's just the way of the world. It's capitalism. Let me get this for cheaper because it's the fucking friend discount.
What did I say?
That's what people think.
My 2 responses. Capitalism. You won't be my ass. Those are the 2.
My responses are capitalism and racism. I blame them for everything. But on some real shit, I've seen so many other professions, whether it be plumber, especially mechanics. Oh my God, I feel so bad for mechanics because if someone knows you know how to fix a fucking car, even if you only know how to work on an electric vehicle and they got like a 1974 Ford truck, they think you know how to work on it. You know, people, it's like people are in these bubbles. They're in vocational bubbles, so to speak.
Yeah.
My vocation is what I know how to do, and yours is what you know how to do. So I feel like mine translate to whatever, so yours should translate to whatever. I feel like I could do this on a drop of a hat, so you should be able to do this on a drop of a hat. But people don't factor in all the other things that go into whatever it is your vocation is. You can't be a plumber without your tool set, you know, and just like you can't be a mechanic without a tool set, but you can't be a bartender without tools either. We're not MacGyver.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier about being at a place and people were like, "Oh, well, can you make me something?" And I know you got Bacardi, you got RC, I'm about to hit a trauma spike on you right here. Hey, so you know, we got some juice over here. We got some vodka. What's that other thing? We got some soda and some sunflower seeds. And, you know, a couple cans of pork and beans. Like, I don't know. You make some of that, Mr. Bartender. Mr. Bartender is the fucking phrase. They love saying Mr. Bartender. I know you heard it.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
yeah.
You do something, Mr. Bartender. You're an expert. You know how to do this. I'm like, sunflower seeds and pork and beans, bitch. I usually have liqueurs and bitters and simple syrup and 17 different spirits.
Oh,
and
my
you
God.
gave me a packet of Annihilators and a Kool-Aid packet with some dehydrated fucking lime that you left out in the sun for 2 days because you saw it at another bar. Like, come on, man.
You saw it that one time on that one show or that one.
I've had that happen. My boy, I got asked to bartend a party. They literally told me they were going to pay me, right? And I got there, and they had a couple of handles of alcohol, a handle of cranberry juice, some Tampico orange juice.
Wow.
A couple cans of soda. No glassware, no tools, no pour spouts, no nothing. And I got there, I was like, you said you wanted me to bartend. They were like, yeah, you should be able to work with this. And I was like, bitch, this is a kickback. So I'm going to kick back. You can keep your money. I'm going to hang out. And nobody there even wanted a cocktail anyway. The old heads that were there was like, oh, just give me a whiskey Coke, dude. I don't need you shaking shit. I'm trying to watch the fight, you know? So recognize your environment, you know?
Yeah, some people, it's more so for the host or whatever that want to like show out. Be like, look, I got this. Hey, but to backtrack a little bit, if you know somebody that does a specific job, you asking them to do it shouldn't be for a lower rate. It should be that because you know them, you'll trust that they're going to do a good job, not to do it for cheap. You trust that accountant is going to do your taxes and do everything in their power to get you the most amount of money and not take anything out, whatever. You're going to trust that your friend, family member that is the mechanic is going to fix that shit to the best of their abilities. That plumber is going to fix your shit. That electrician is going to fix your shit, and because you trust them, not to get it at a cheaper rate. And that's something that, when like friends own businesses, don't ask them for a discount. Support them by paying full price and trust that they're going to give you a good product. Trust that you giving them your money means you're getting the best of the best. And you are because they're friend. They're your friend. And if they didn't think they could provide that, then they would be like, hey, you know what? I'm still working on this. I got some people that are better than me, who's a better plumber. Let me show you to him until I figure this out. Whatever. Or like, I don't work on these cars, but I know a guy that does. I trust him. Stop asking people to do shit for free. Or learn it yourself and you do it.
I got not much to add to that. I would yeah. I would just say, if I could add anything to what you just said, especially with this being the beginning of the year and everything, how about we just start putting more energy into just be looking out for each other and not just looking out for ourselves.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I say that is because I feel if you have a friend only because of what that friend can do for you, that's not a friend.
It's not a friend.
That's not even an acquaintance.
No.
That's transactional, and friendship should not be that way. So if you're friends with a bartender because whenever you go to their bar, or a server, whenever you go to their restaurant or bar, you can get some free shit.
If you can't invite somebody to your house or your barbecue, they're not your friend.
Well, not just that.
You can't go out to hang out somewhere with them. If you can't hang out with them outside of their, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
If you can't hang out with that individual outside of what their job is, they're not your friend.
If the only time you see someone is when they're on the clock or when they're doing something for you, that is not your friend.
It's just a connect. It's a plug. Whatever you want to call it. Not a friend. It's not your boy.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah. So if you have a mechanic friend, make sure they're your friend and they're not your mechanic friend.
They're your friend who's also a mechanic, not just, I know a mechanic.
I don't know anybody who's a friend with a doctor, like a cardiovascular surgeon, because they're worried about heart problems.
You know what? I think they intentionally don't make friends so they don't have to fucking diagnose anybody with anything or anything like that.
But whenever they're at a family gathering or a party and they're meeting someone, and then they're like, "Oh, you got a PhD in this? Well, what about this over here on my?"
I know you're a cardiologist, but what do you think about this growth on my toe? I think you should see a specialist.
Yeah,
that's out of my scope of practice. That's out of the scope of practice.
Who wants to see that?
See someone that's not me because I'm intoxicated right now. Yeah.
Wait, are you on the clock?
No.
Okay, good.
I was on the clock yesterday though.
He wasn't on the clock when he was intoxicated.
I was on the clock yesterday for some reason. I was making whiskey sours.
Well, that was because you were dumb enough to get up and start making whiskey sours. You should.
Bro, how did I end up bartending in my own house?
If you have a house full of people, you don't make a cocktail. You just do 2 pours.
Should have batched. We got that fucking thing. You
should have sat your ass down. Is what you should have done.
I wanted a whiskey sour.
Then you should have waited until everybody left. Those weren't cocktail hours, man.
That's true.
Like we said, no one.
Well, the next time we have something, we got to batch some shit.
You can if you want to.
I mean, even if it's just fucking margarita, nobody cares.
I don't like anything batched.
Then what do we have that fucking thing for?
I don't know. Whenever you feel like batching some shit.
You bought it.
Yeah, because you asked me to. For batching, I don't batch.
I did not ask.
Yes, you did.
That was your idea. We were at the place and you're like, yo, you know what'd be good? We could do this shit, make some cocktails, batch it up when we're at the pool.
I specifically said like a sangria or some shit.
Yeah.
When we go to the beach. To me, that's not batching. That's a sangria. There's only one way to make a sangria. I'm not going to make a sangria in a fucking glass. I've done it before. It was a waste of time.
So isn't sangria just batched?
Nah, it's a sangria.
I think it's batched.
Nah, it's a sangria.
Because if you can build it in the glass, and you put it together so that we don't have to build it in the glass.
You can don't mean you should.
But I'm just saying, if something that can be built in a glass is then put together in a bigger container, so you don't have to build it in a glass, it's a batch. Sangria is a batch.
Look, this is not a.
I'm not wrong.
We're not arguing semantics.
I'm not wrong
right now.
We don't
I'm
have
telling
to
you
argue
right
semantics.
now,
We're arguing sangria.
No, sangria is san fucking
It's
gria
batch.
because the only way to make it is batch.
It's a batch to
if
wine
you
cocktail.
fucking make it in a glass, you are a sociopath and you must be stopped.
Sangria
I'm
is a
sorry.
Sangria is a batch wine cocktail.
Sangrias should be made in a batch style, but to me, it's san fucking gria. To me, it's not a batch. But you can batch make margaritas.
Yeah, I'm not wrong though. That's my point.
But you ain't right.
But I'm not wrong.
But you ain't right.
But I'm not wrong.
But you still ain't right.
But I'm not wrong.
Whatever.
How much time we got left?
Put an apron on while you make your batches. How about that?
Yeah.
Since you love batching everything.
How much time we got? Do I got enough time to go into this?
You got all the time in the world.
How much time we got?
That much. Don't worry about it. Just say what you gotta say.
Okay. So let me just start off by saying this is no shade in any way, shape, or form.
That's when you know it's very shady.
No disrespect, but
that's when you know it's gonna be disrespectful.
I don't mean to sound racist, but
you about to say some racist ass shit,
bro.
Like, god damn.
I'm not racist, but
insert group name people
right?
here.
Okay, don't be mad, but there's a name for that phrasing. I can't remember, but it's funny as shit. It's like, hey, don't get mad, but you're about to say something.
It's when you're prefacing something, but I don't like it when people try to cop out by prefacing what they know is gonna be fucking offensive. Just say the offensive shit and be like, you know what?
This might piss you off, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Because you're prefacing. You're telling you this might piss you off. If you got the balls to say something, say it. See how they react, and then if you need to apologize. Okay. But stop being a fucking not you, but
yeah, no. I'm saying okay because I want to get this off.
I'm annoyed with the general way that people like to try to say shit on some sneaky shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially when they know it's gonna be offensive. You know, I have friends just as you do in all walks of life, which this is an inclusive house. We got a rainbow bear that we put up here. You know, we're inclusive.
The tiger.
We really are. Like, we just are. I don't care what you are as long as you treat people right. What I hate is when you see someone try to be like, because I had a customer say this to me once.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Recently. This wasn't even some years ago. This was like a couple weeks ago. They talked about, wanting to find like an after hours party or something like that. And I was like, hey man, I'm sorry. I don't really do the after hours thing anymore. I'm a little older. I do stay up that late, but I don't feel the need to be out partying with people at 4 a.m. I want to be partying by myself at 4 a.m. You know what I mean? It's cheaper. But the next words out of their mouth was that they had went to an after hours party like the night or two before. They were like, oh man, they got me. And I was like, who is they? The cops? And they were like talking shit about transgender people and saying that, oh, they tricked me and this and that. I was like, nah, you weren't fucking tricked. You were horny. You had to own that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like you liked what you saw,
mm-hmm.
and then you heard something you didn't want to hear. All right, just say, you know what? Hey, I apologize, but I'm not as interested in that as I thought. I was thinking this,
mm-hmm.
and I don't mean any offense to you. You're still lovely. Have a great night. If you're talking to someone, more on the masculine side, you're still, handsome as fuck. But I was looking for something else. You can, be honest without
mm-hmm.
being offensive. You know what I mean? Like, they don't go hand in hand. Sorry for the tangent, but that's been bothering me for a really long time.
Nah, man, that's definitely a thing that
fucked up.
That's definitely a thing that can and should be discussed because, hey, man, fragile masculinity. That's a big thing. And
fragile everything.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Fragile femininity too.
That was a good like little tangent. I like that. That was a good
fragile masculinity, but fragile femininity too. Because there are some people who are very much overcompensating, trying to prove how much of a feminist they are. And no one asked you.
Can I say my thing now? Because I gotta pee, and I don't want to get up in the middle of a episode to use the bathroom to go do that.
I mean, our views might go up. how much do you want to sacrifice for the cause? Just say your shit. We're almost at an hour anyway, so go ahead.
Yeah. So again, not to be offensive.
Wow.
That's how this all started. So I
I'm
worked in a
very
place.
offended. I'm sorry.
I worked in a place, and I've seen places where the bartenders wear aprons, and for me, I've always associated that with being very pretentious. Because if you have to wear an apron, that means you're doing some shit that is way above that you should be doing. Now, if I'm not saying that the person wearing the apron is pretentious, but if the place you work at requires you to wear the apron, it's a different story. But also, it's just like as a bartender, you shouldn't be wearing an apron. That's just what I'm trying to get at. It's too much. It's doing the fucking most.
Okay.
You don't need to be wearing an apron. Wear the fucking penguin tuxedo thing. Like, look nice as a bartender. Wearing a fucking apron is like you're doing too fucking much. It's pretentious. I usually associate that with like, fuck, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. You're wearing I associate a bartender with an apron as the hipster bartender, with like the really obscure mustache designs and shit, and the tattoos and the
I think I'm wearing long sleeves.
well, like the very. I'm not talking shit. This is just an observation, okay? Like, and I've had friends that have had this look, and I'm really not trying to talk shit to you guys or about you guys. This is just an observation.
It's a
Now,
personal opinion.
It is, and the friends that I know that look like this are amazing bartenders that they've
Yes.
created great
Yes.
cocktails. So don't mistake me verbalizing my observation for discrediting your abilities. No, you guys are great.
And don't mistake him saying it for me agreeing.
I'm just saying
Okay?
that
I'm on this
just-
side of the couch.
I don't think bartenders should be wearing aprons. There's no reason for it. There's really no
Okay.
reason. I think it's dumb. I think it's pretentious. I think it's just why? What's the environment you're trying to create? Why your kitchen staff should be wearing aprons, not your bar staff. It's just I don't understand it. I don't like it. I think it's dumb.
And so therefore you take it as
I,
disrespect.
do think I don't understand it. I don't like it. I'm mad. No, I understand why some places do it, but I think it's dumb. I think it's fucking stupid.
I will only counter that by saying I think aprons should be earned. Because personally, if I see an apron and you're a bartender, the first thing I think of when I see aprons like that, it isn't chefs, because the aprons that most, bartenders, mixologists, bar alchemists love to wear, usually has like this corduroy or like this cowhide, like leather, like
Yeah.
it looks really nice and everything like that in some of the places. And when I see that, judging on the rest of the aesthetic of the venue, I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker about to throw down.
You about to cook.
So for me, if you wearing an apron, I better get an apron cocktail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to do some shit that I can't do personally,
100%.
because I am nowhere near the level of mixologists that I actually see friends that I have who are so supremely
And now
fucking talented.
let me jump in
you
real
know?
quick. And that means making something that isn't clarified, batched, or whatever. Like you need to make that shit raw right there. Don't go in the back and blend up some fucking green beans and shit. And no. It needs to be right there with what you got. Okay, maybe clarified. Clarified is okay. That's different.
I
But, like,
personally don't care what it is.
Nah, it needs to be something raw. Not anything that's been
Okay,
pre-done.
It's fine if
That's-
you
that's-
like
that's
it raw,
my-
because most of us do. I'm just saying that I don't care what you're
Yeah.
making or how you make it. It needs to be something I can't do. That is the level of attention that I pay when I go to a place. I need you to be able to do what I can't do, because I cannot do what
And no dry
that
ice.
level of mixologist can do.
No dry ice.
Yeah, that's for another episode. But Give me something that I can't make at home. Give me something I can't make behind my bar. And if you're wearing the apron, then yeah, you're wearing the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's earned. That's like sommelier level of mixology. Is like, if you're wearing an apron, man, you're like doing some real high level fucking chemistry type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a metal worker. Like, to me, that means you're getting in. You're getting into the cocktail. You're breaking down every single aspect of the spirit and everything that goes into the cocktail. You're layering it the right way. You're giving me an experience for that cocktail if you're wearing that uniform. But if you're wearing a fucking apron and you give me a sex on the beach, I think I might write a Yelp review. And I don't even have Yelp. I'll download Yelp just to give you a bad review. Don't wear the uniform. That's why I don't wear the uniform, because I'm not that fucking good. I know I am good at what I do.
Yeah.
But I know I'm not as good as other people at what they do. And I will never say that I'm that good. You take your ego out.
The first place I worked at, they required us to wear aprons, and I hated it from the very beginning.
that's
I
not
was
nice
like,
for
I don't
me.
want to wear this. This is stupid. I feel dumb. Why am I wearing this? I'm just the barback.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I wearing this shit? And then I see other places around the area where they have their employees wear it, and they do crazy shit.
Yeah.
I'm still in the thing where it's like, I think it looks dumb on a bartender.
Yeah.
I think it looks dumb.
And I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. That wasn't.
That's why it makes me think like,
opposite
well,
of you,
chefs wear aprons, so wearing one as a bartender makes me. That's
To
just
me,
where my mind
to
goes.
me, professionals wear aprons. That's how I look
Yeah,
at it. If
that's
you're wearing
fair.
an apron,
My mind just goes in a
you're-
different place.
right.
The way I look at it.
And I completely understand that. To me, if you're wearing an apron, you better earn that motherfucker. You better be like expert level at whatever it is you're doing, because to me, that deserves an apron, not just this regular ass fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that.
Somebody asked me for a Malibu Sea Breeze yesterday. Or not yesterday, Saturday.
Sea breeze. I had to do an ocean breeze the other day.
Somebody asked me for Sea Breeze. I'm like, do you see how many fucking people are here? We don't make those, but even if we did, do you know how many fucking people are here? Anyways, that's all I got. Happy New Year, everybody.
But breezes ain't that hard. It's just, the thing about breezes, it's the same thing with Cooper Libres and Cape Cods and fucking Salty Dogs.
Just a fancy way.
Motherfucker, what? Tell me you want grapefruit and vodka. Don't tell me you want a fucking Greyhound. Because no one calls it that anymore. It's not that I don't know it. It's that I'm not thinking about that when I'm busy.
Just say it.
Just be real. Just tell me I want a rum and pineapple and cranberry. I can make that quick because of the word association that I need. But be like, you know what I always hear whenever the word breeze is involved? Which one is that? Because we're all trying to figure out.
Sea Breeze, Bay Breeze,
Ocean Breeze.
Ocean Breeze, yeah.
I don't remember which one is which at that time. It's the spirit that changes.
Yeah.
I know the other thing, but which breeze are you talking about, bitch? What breeze do you want? Anyway, so
Happy New Year, everybody. That'll be it for us. I ain't got shit else. We got some important announcements to make.
Let's do that on the next episode, man. Because you know what? We need to get back into the studio. I know you've been like really big on this. I haven't said as much, mostly because I'm like, of course we need to get back in the fucking studio. I missed the studio. Christian, gonna reach out to him, make sure he's good. He was away for the holidays and everything. That's why we did everything at home, but we didn't want to not do anything.
Yeah,
so we're gonna start planning up everything to get back into the studio, give you guys that nice aesthetic that you're used to seeing with this podcast. But as with everything in the service industry, we gotta adapt and we gotta
on the fly.
Make some shit on the fucking fly. We went from we were about to have a whole bar set up to, hey man, you got a picnic table outside. You still gotta serve.
It's
these
a kickback.
Drinks.
It's
you
a kickback.
Still gotta serve these drinks, homie.
It's a kickback.
So that's what we did. And I honestly think that, especially for the thing that we want to let everybody know is coming. I feel like being back in the studio is like a good way to do that. So
the way to start off the year, yes. I agree.
Yeah. But again, from me personally, I just want to say, creating this whole this whole podcast has been one thing, but with everything else that we're building, it's been a shit ton of work. It's been years in the making. I'm really happy to see how close we are to getting all of this done. I'm really excited to show you all what our vision is for not just the podcast, but the community that we're trying to build. Really, really, really fucking proud of the work we've done, and looking forward to bringing in all these new people and all these different voices, because that's what this industry is all about. It's not just one restaurant or bar, it's all restaurants and bars. And I think with what we're doing next is going to be a real good reflection of that. And with that, I'm going to shut the fuck up and you can take us out.
I got nothing. That's it. You said everything that needs to be said. So, see you guys next time.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Peace. I gotta use the fucking bathroom, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah? Dude, you got a tinkle? He's got a tinkle.